guys, we got an oldie but a goodie here from the FriendlyJordies. Please don't forget to check him out. He is doing a video called You Know You're Australian When, and we are going to react to it today.
You know you're Australian when you rear-end a Toyota Hilux, the guy comes out and apologizes to you because your car is fucked. And
well, one thing about Australia, it seems like pretty much every second tradie here does drive a Toyota Hilux or a car very similar of that description. Don't have experience of hitting a Hilux myself. I've certainly had one hit me, and then he drove off, probably because he was at the pub spending his whole wages in the pokies, maybe having a few too many schooners, and he knew he was going to be fucked. But probably did me a favor, didn't catch him, but I had a $500 Nissan Pulsar, got ridden off, whatever. Show goes on.
his car is better as a result of the collision. It has slightly less cement dust on it. Now he doesn't have to go to Coles Express car wash. Owning a Toyota Hilux is the Australian equivalent of the Midas touch story. Why must my happiness come at the expense of
That's
my
true. It
family?
almost seems like those cars are absolutely
Sitting at home with
indestructible. They're gonna. You could be in a praying with a Hilux, and seriously, one car could be totaled, and then you'll barely notice a dent in the damn thing. He's not wrong.
Reject shop fan Peter Overton comes on and says, and Sydney has endured another scorcher, 42 degrees. Peter, we all know that you're in a perfect 26-degree air-conditioned environment all year round. You've never felt any variation of temperature. Take the backdrop of Sydney Harbour Bridge off of the green screen. Just to...
I never watched Peter Overton too much myself, but I mean, that seems to be the way with Aussie newscasters, weathercasters specifically. They'll be talking about, oh, it's a scorcher, it's a really hot heat wave here in Australia today. It's like, mate, you've been sitting in air conditioning all day. Shut the hell up, yo.
Expose it for what it is. If you left that studio even and went into Channel 9's offices, you'd be like a soft coral and bleach instantly. They'd have to transport Mark Ferguson from Channel 7 over in a fish bag to replace you.
My apologies to my American friends who don't get every reference here. I'll do my best to explain if something important comes up.
Feed me too much. You know what the dead giveaway of it is, Pete? Everyone watching you is in their underwear. You're in a suit.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening in the summertime.
The only thing that isn't a major brand name is some Chinese eatery. And on one of the middle food court tables is a bunch of pigeons going nuts because somebody ate 7/8 of their 3-piece feed.
Oh, bro, okay. Let's elaborate on this. First of all, if you go to any mid-level shopping mall, yeah, I mean, the food courts have got like Subway, maybe a Carvery, McDonald's, KFC, and then you'll have some like no-name Chinese restaurant there selling like last night's leftovers. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. And dude, he's right. Whether you're in an outdoor area or an indoor area, it seems like somehow pigeons are always able to get everywhere where there's chicken in Australia. I don't know how it is, man. I live in the valley here, not to go off on too much of a tangent, and I eat at the pub down the road. There's not really that much forestry or anything around, but I'm usually sharing my whole lunch or dinner with pigeons. He's 100% correct.
And next to you work at Myra disgusted because, don't they have life? But you're disgusted because you're watching a scene from The Road.
Gosh, that was a depressing movie.
Over cannibalism. Can you imagine how awful a pigeon's life must be? The absolute best case scenario for a pigeon is the worst, most bleak environment that one of the most imaginative, celebrated writers of all time could possibly think of.
By the way, let me give you a little bit of advice. Pigeons are kind of like dogs. They'll kind of like stare at you with their little, well, not puppy dog eyes, pigeon dog eyes, or whatever. And you'll feel like peer pressure to give him a chip. Whatever you do, if you're eating like somewhere where there's 1 or 2 pigeons in Australia, don't give him a chip, because before you know it, 10 seconds later, 50 of their fucking friends are going to turn up on the table.
It's just a bit of skin. We all agree. It's delicious. Is it worth clawing your best friend's eyes out over? You know you're Australian when your mum drags you into Golo and you're excited because you think you're going to get a toy that is of worse quality plastic than most Chinese takeaway containers, and then all the colour from your face drains as she makes a last-minute turn into the confectionery aisle and picks up a 12-pack of fun-sized Twigs. No, Mum, let's get it from Coles. It's the same thing. It's not a taste way.
You know what? I wouldn't mind actually getting the Twix, to be honest. I mean, it's not my favourite chocolate, but I mean, when I was a kid, I was a gut, so it's better than nothing. And again, not wrong. Not wrong, actually. I've got more to elaborate on this.
And the 5-year-old is right. For some inexplicable reason, it does taste worse. That's how you know you're Australian. It is a unique phenomenon to this country that mothers care less about the well-being of their children than bargains. You know?
Yes, well, hey, when I was a kid, my mum went bargain shopping. And I was like, Mum, can I have a toy? Mum, can I have a toy? She's like, yes, 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 yes. Kind of like just brushing me off while she's looking at the bargains. I ran off on her from one side of the shopping mall to the other to the Kmart and started opening toys and got in big trouble. I'm so glad she found me a half an hour later. I think she thought she lost me forever. She was really freaking pissed off. But my mother should have got me a toy and not concentrated more on the bargains. I'm just saying. I was a very, very survivalist as a 3-year-old.
You know you're Australian when you go to a house that has a sliding back door and there's some mangy dog really wanting to come inside. You say, oh, you got a dog. No, don't let him in. He's an outside dog.
I kid you not. This has happened to us too. I had a pet dog called Zed when I was a teenager, and we used to have a wild dog called Whiskey turn up. We only found out what her name was because she was owned by a few neighbors up the road. Unfortunately, she was beaten. And yeah, she used to come over all the time. We ended up adopting her. That's totally happened to our family.
Legal loophole that the RSPCA in Australia can't get around because, let's be honest, it is full-blown animal abuse. They never get taken for a walk because, what, he's got toys out there? He can tire himself out? It's a fucking big backyard.
My mum doesn't look like that, by the way.
1/16 at best. Oh, you're Australian. You're 13. Your best mate's sister's 15. And you've had about 300 wanks thinking about her. You would
may have perved on some of my slightly older auntie's friends back in the day. And that's all I'm going to say on that one.
saw 3 of your own limbs off just to see one tit.
Oh, the side boob. It was all about the side boob back in the day.
Got to keep old righty. And when you think about it later on, the only reason you were so obsessed with her is because she was there. And you.
I mean, yeah, when you're 15, 16, and 17 years old and you have no experience, you're going to take what you can get. Unfortunately, in my case, it was nothing.
Your mum's version of your best friend's sister is chefs on TV. Oh, I like me some Jamie. You know,
yeah, there was always that family member actually that was trying to hook you up with a nice young girl they supposedly liked. And I'm sorry, she wasn't that attractive.
You're an Australian. If every fight you saw in high school that started with you and me, Nathan, at the Oval after school never eventuated into an actual fight. The only time it ever did was when it started with, what's up, bro? What's up? What's up? And then one of them throws a punch, which at best is 20% of what they could actually do.
Okay. So, yeah, let's go, mate. Let's go. You know what? I wasn't the toughest kid in high school at all. I had some embarrassing situations as well. I did have my moments sometimes. And, you know, I did the whole let's go, mate thing, like he said. I had a lot of integrity. You know, I was very authentic. If I said I was going to go, I was going to go. Like, for example, I'd be like, I'm going to see you on the Oval at lunchtime. And, you know, he kind of blew it off because, you know, most people are like, let's go. They're blowing hot air. But nah, he saw me on the Oval at lunchtime and we would bring it. Yes. And so it would eventuate sometimes. And yeah, but unfortunately my punches were shit. I used to throw those helicopter punches and they weren't going to hurt a fly, man. I'll be honest. But hey, I was 15, 16. Thankfully, I calmed down after that.
Okay. And then prepare to see boxing that is in such poor form that
yeah, see the helicopter punches
like De La Hoya v Mayweather. And always ends when they start bear hugging each other and one of them grabs the shirt, lifts it up to about here, at which point a male teacher with no hair will apparate like a wizard in Diagon Alley and say, right, you two, principal's office, first thing Monday. Neither of them go.
Usually, yeah,
Not
you know what?
Teacher goes,
female teacher at my school, but that's exactly what they said.
If the overriding emotion that you feel on a daily basis, much like how Americans make everything seem much more important and amazing than it is, and British people seem to think that sarcasm is as important as oxygen. I bet in high school chemistry they taught, right, let's review the periodic table. Right next to hydrogen is David Mitchell. Australia's overall vibe is just this. Oh, shut up. Just a very angrily...
Just a fun little fact, I did chemistry in my last 2 years of high school for about 3 months, when it most counted for your university education. And I hate to admit it, but I think I got a 0 on the test once. My thoughts exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Content continent. The coat of arms should just be folding arms. I'm all for changing the national anthem if the new song
Maybe wear a tap-out shirt as well. No, our national anthem should be Waltzing Matilda. Waltzing Matilda, who bloody killed her, rolling on the grass with a finger up. Continue, Jordies.
On earth where it's impolite to stand. Everybody please fold your arms, slant back in your chair, and get a slightly furrowed brow for the national anthem. Everything here has this if it's not broken, don't fix it attitude. How about we get better hospitals? Well, why? These ones work. How about we have foreign mining companies?
Yeah, that's the Aussie way. Run something to the ground until it no longer works.
Off. Well, what do you want to do? I just want to sit here watching American pickers on 7 Mate, stuffing me mouth until I barf with sayos and coon cheese.
Not necessarily like Sayos, but maybe Vitabrits, or not Vitabrits. What are those crackers? Those other crackers? Maybe, I mean, whatever. I mean, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing, but like saladas or whatever. Butter and cheese on crackers, coon cheese. They've changed the name, obviously, for obvious reasons. Excuse me. Fantastic. I could just snack on bread or crackers with coon cheese and butter all day long in high school. It's a great Aussie memory. Wonderful cheese. Can't remember what it's called now. You'll have to let me know. I'm a little bit out of touch. But yes, it was a wonderful product.
And if you so much as bring any of those poof kettle chips near me, I will crack your mouth shut. Smiths or neck yourself, cunt.
Oh, so great potato chips, Smiths.
Cheat sheet to the citizenship test. And if you are an Australian, do the Australian thing and give this video a like.
I want to thank FriendlyJordies so much for an awesome video. I'm an absolute bit of a mess today. You know what? I've had like 3 double coffees today, and this video was all over the place. I hope it turned out okay. If not, I apologize, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.